It's time for another Itsahlbend Theatre. This tale presented a lesser-known Christmas narrative entitled A Merry ChrisMystery. One Christmas Eve long ago, Santa suddenly stopped delivering gifts. 3 friends with disposable income went on a mission to discover what happened in an effort to either save Christmas or prove that Santa was never real. We begin as the trio of travelers made their way toward the North Pole in their very expensive snowmobiles.
We've been traveling for hours. I think it's time to stop.
Where are we going to stop, Maryon? It's nothing but snow as far as the eye can see.
Well, there's got to be something, Sal. We didn't come all this way for nothing now, did we?
When we first began this journey, I really believed we would discover the whereabouts of Santa's workshop and prove once and for all that at one time he did exist and he really did bring presents to every good child on earth.
You're right, Lyla. Same with me. I envisioned finding Santa's workshop and perhaps even the man himself.
Why would you think that we would find Santa, Sal? After all, it has been 10 years since anyone has reported him actually delivering presents to their homes. I, for one, think that...
What's that? Off in the distance. Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or does that look like a house?
Oh, I see it now. Let's head towards it. Perhaps we can take shelter.
The 3 travelers approached a house that seemed unoccupied.
This place is creepy.
Looks like no one's home. Nor have they been in some long time.
In the window there, a light and a shadow. Someone's inside.
Well then, let's knock and see if we can take advantage of their hospitality. Hello?
My goodness, what are you 3 doing all the way up here? Come into my hotel, or you'll catch your death of cold.
Hotel?
Thank you, ma'am. My name is Maryon, and these are my friends, Lyla and Sal.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure, ma'am.
Welcome. I am Gertrude. I assume you 3 need a place to stay for the night?
Well, if you have a vacancy, we would be very grateful.
It just so happens I have 12 vacancies. Plenty of room. Please sign the guest book there, and you will be in the 3 rooms right behind me. I apologize, I have no one to help you with your bags. It's been very quiet here the last few years. We rarely receive visitors.
You say it's been quiet lately, but I can't imagine this place ever bustling with activity, not all the way up here.
Oh, at one time we had a large and very busy toy factory. When it closed and all the jobs dried up, families were forced to move in search of work. I'm afraid this house is all that remains of what was once a happy and productive place.
Toys? Is this... are you Mrs. Claus?
Right, you are, my dear.
Where's Santa?
I will see to dinner as you all settle into your rooms and get out of those icy clothes. I'll call when it is prepared.
After signing the guest book, the travelers retrieved their bags, waiting until they reached the first of the 3 rooms before expressing their excitement, which they could hardly contain.
Can you believe it? We made it! It's Santa! We're staying in Santa's house! Ooh, we have to document everything.
After dinner, I'll grab my camera and we can document the proof. Success at last!
Well, I'm going to take a shower first. All this traveling has me feeling like a gas station hot dog.
Ew.
As Maryon made her way to the bathroom, she couldn't help but overhear the sounds of arguing coming from behind a closed door. She stopped to listen.
But Santa, they aren't naughty. I checked the guest book names against the list. Oh, but who would use fake names? That is simply preposterous. Check it twice? Why, it's been years since you've even checked it even once. I understand, Santa. I understand.
Not wishing to be caught eavesdropping, Maryon hurried on to her room, feeling very sorry for Mrs. Claus.
Gosh, that poor woman. And here Santa is supposed to be like a saint. Why, if anyone ever spoke to me like that... Oh well, shower time.
A short time later, Mrs. Claus laid out a small but perfectly appointed table setting for her guests, 2 of whom were eager to feast and perhaps gain answers to the many, many questions about Santa Claus.
Oh boy, Mrs. Claus, this all looks swell.
Why, thank you, Sal. I don't set a fancy table, but my kitchen is homey, and it has been too long since I've had the chance to entertain. There used to be so much merriment here. Now, well, let's eat, shall we?
Oh, but where's Maryon? Surely she's hungry.
Knowing her, she's already asleep. We can save her a plate. She usually eats late anyways.
Mrs. Claus, this all looks so delicious. Thank you.
So you must be wondering why we came all the way up here.
Well, my guess is that you're looking for Santa.
Yes! How did you know?
It's been 10 years since the factory burned down.
The factory burned down?
How terrible!
It was the greatest disaster we'd ever experienced. So many of Santa's elves lost their lives that fateful night. Before then, it was on track to be the best Christmas ever. Who would have thought that? Well, regardless, none of the survivors had the heart to rebuild. One by one, they moved away in search of new jobs, new lives. I think most work for an Amazonian warehouse now. Santa and I decided to stay here. I thought perhaps in a year or two he would start to heal from the tragedy. I tried to help him work through his grief, but he shut me out. He gave up. He even let the flying reindeer out to run wild in the woods.
Do you think that we could see Santa?
No. I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, please. We've come all this way to prove to people that Santa really does exist. Did you know there are some who have already stopped believing he ever existed at all?
He is not up for visitors.
Oh, please.
No, my child. I'm afraid Santa isn't himself today.
What do you mean by isn't himself?
Santa is ill.
We can wear masks.
No, I mean ill. When the factory burned down, all the toys went up in flames as well. It was Christmas Eve, and he had no toys to deliver, not a single gift to give to all those good little children. That seemed to drive him over the edge. He couldn't even look at a cookie or a glass of milk. It was just too great a loss for him. He felt he had nothing left.
Except for you, of course. He has you.
I'm afraid a wife is a poor substitute for the admiration of every child on earth.
Why don't you get him help? He could see a grief counselor or something.
I'm afraid there isn't much in the way of mental health services around here.
Well then, come with us.
Yes, we could take you both back home to Arizona, and you can stay with us while Santa gets better.
Santa needs me. I should have brought him his dinner by now. It's late. I think you two should join your friend and get some sleep.
Oh, we didn't mean to offend.
Gee whiz. Well, let's head back to the rooms, Lyla.
Sal and Lyla made their way to their chambers, feeling saddened by the plight of both Mr. and Mrs. Claus, wishing they could help in some way. There wouldn't be visions of sugar plums dancing in their heads this night. Lyla soon visited Sal's room.
Oh, Sal, there's just gotta be a way to help them.
These things need time, Lyla. It may take more than just a couple of strangers to convince her that Santa can get better.
Oh, if we could save Santa, we could save Christmas.
Save Christmas? All the parents have already gotten used to buying gifts for their kids.
Well, Christmas might not need saving, but Santa does. He was a jolly old soul once, and by golly, he can be a holly and jolly old soul once again.
If we could get other people to come up here, perhaps a psychologist or something.
Then maybe they could convince Mrs. Claus to let them help. I'm sure plenty would be willing to come. We just need to have proof that this place exists, and so does Santa.
But where do we get some?
I'm gonna go grab my camera and look around. A picture is worth 1,000 words, or so they say.
Great idea. I'll join you in a bit. I'm gonna go check on Maryon first. I can't wait to see what the rest of the house looks like. Ooh, I bet it's peachy keen.
Nifty.
Lyla got a very expensive camera from her Louis Vuitton luggage and set off to document her adventure. After taking pictures of very lifelike stuffed elves in the main drawing room, Lyla saw an ornate red and green door. Snapping a photo, she carefully tried the golden knob. It turned easily in her hand. Unlocked. Lyla let the door swing open carelessly. The room was dark, save for the moonlight shining through a single window. She could just barely make out the shape of someone sitting in a chair with their back to the door, quietly watching the snowfall. Feeling for a light switch, she spoke.
Oh, pardon me. Santa? Is that you? Oh, I'm sorry to disturb you, but...
Lyla touched Santa on his shoulder, and the chair he was seated in turned. A horrifying nightmare of a vision sat before her. An eyeless, dried-up corpse dressed in the classic Santa Claus costume, smiling a skeletal smile. Realizing what she was seeing, Lyla let out a blood-curdling scream. That was very loud. Anyway, the scream brought someone into the room, and as Lyla turned, her mind could not comprehend what she was seeing. Mrs. Gertrude Claus stood before her, arm raised with something clasped in her fist. She was also wearing a Santa Claus costume. Like the corpse, only hers was more like something you would get from Spirit Halloween for $10.99. She smiled maniacally and advanced.
Oh, Mrs. Claus, what are you doing? Why are you dressed like that? Why is that candy cane in your hand so very sharp?
You've been a very naughty little girl, Lyla.
Mrs. Claus, clearly unhinged, lunged at Lyla with the sharpened candy cane just as Sal appeared, tackling Mrs. Claus to the ground and disarming her. Having subdued Mrs. Claus, Sal and Lyla used their expensive snowmobiles to get to the next village where there was a police station. After explaining what happened, the cops had their best psychologist examine Mrs. Claus and report on his findings.
Oh, Lyla, here's the psychologist now. Tell us, Doc, did she talk to you? Did you get the whole story of what happened to Santa?
I got the whole story, all right, but not from Mrs. Claus. I got it from Santa himself. You see, Mrs. Claus killed Santa out of jealousy, 'cause all the children of the world looked up to him, but she preserved his body out of guilt. Over time, that guilt transferred into a split personality, where she assumed Santa's identity, even going so far as to dress like him and to use his voice. Mrs. Claus murdered all the elves and their families. Santa says you'll find evidence of that in the drawing room. She also burned down the factory and the elves' housing, leaving only her own home.
So Santa no longer exists?
Oh, shoot. Wait until we tell Maryon all this. She's going to be so disappointed she slept through it.
Ah, cripes. With all the hubbub, I forgot to tell you. I found Maryon stabbed to death in the shower. Sticky candy cane residue everywhere. It was gross.
Mrs. Claus killed Maryon?
Yes.
And no. Gertrude was already dangerously disturbed. Had been ever since she moved to the North Pole. See, Santa was a clingy, demanding man. Until Christmas Eve rolled around and he pushed Gertrude aside to gallivant all over the world in a single night. Well, one year he pushed her over the line and she killed him. She had to erase the crime, at least in her own mind. She treated his body so it would keep. Santa was there, but he was a corpse. So she started to think and speak for him. At times she could be both people and hold full conversations. She couldn't use the sleigh like Santa, though. Didn't have the magic, I suppose. So she's stuck at the North Pole, alone.
My, oh my.
What a psycho!
Excuse me, Doc. She says she feels a chill. Is it okay if I bring her this blanket?
Sure. All right, officer.
Here's your blanket.
Thank you, young man. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, that Mrs. Claus. She was always bad. She intended to tell them that I burned down the factory and killed those elves. As if I could do anything except sit and stare like one of those stuffed dolls the elves used to make. They're probably watching me, like I used to watch them. Let them. Let them see what kind of a saint I am. They'll see me when I'm sleeping. They'll know when I'm awake. Ho, ho, ho. I'm not even going to scratch that itch on the side of my nose. Then they'll see, and they'll know. They'll say, Santa? Why, he wouldn't even lay a finger on the side of his nose.
And so, that's the story of...
Hey! What happened to us?
Well, yeah, you're just going to leave us in the psychologist's office?
Fair point. As Sal and Lyla prepared to leave the town, an ungodly amount of wild, feral, flying reindeer descended upon the village, gouging out the villagers' eyes with their antlers and biting them to death for no apparent reason. The flock of reindeer then trampled the buildings to dust beneath their many, many hooves. There were no survivors.
Sorry we asked.
Yeah, we should have just stayed where we were.
And so, the moral of the tale is, getting hitched will cock up your life. And, if you're the man who knew too much, don't you vertigo near my rear window to catch a thief. After I've eaten North by Northwest Tex-Mex, that's for the birds. The end.
It's All Been Done Radio Hour, number 561. Itsahlbend Theatre, episode number 31, A ChrisMystery. This episode was written by Megan Overholt and directed by Kristin Green. It starred Archduke Edmund, played by Stefanchik, Maryon, played by Kristin Green, Sal, played by Yohe, Lyla, played by Megan Overholt, Gertrude, played by Ashley Clements, psychologist, played by Darren Esler, officer, played by Keith Jackson, and an unspeaking role of Santa, played by Ben Neidenthal. This episode was narrated by Darren Esler, and our Foley artist was Megan Overholt. Our technical director is Stefanchik. Our music director is Kristin Green. Theme songs are composed by Nathan Haley, with lyrics by Jerome Wetzel. This podcast was edited by Trulie Awesome Productions. Check out our website at iabdpresents.com. And don't forget to support us at patreon.com/IABD. A mere $5 donation gets you access to past and upcoming raw audio to our monthly shows, as well as exclusive performances, bloopers, and short stories. We can't wait to see you again with It's All Been Theatre, and you have an excellent week.
It's All Been Done presents.
Who's got the time?